guys, Will here with W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new 2022 Cadillac XT6 Sport.
And huge thanks to Nicole and the rest of the management and staff here at AutoNation Cadillac in Port Richey, Florida for making this review possible. These guys have an impressive dealership. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're in the market for a new premium car or SUV in the Tampa, Port Richey area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and ask for Nicole.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the XT6 has been Cadillac's midsize luxury three-row SUV since 2020. That's when the first generation was released. It took over the SRX platform, which started off for its first generation also as a luxury midsize three-row SUV, but quickly transitioned into just a standard 5-passenger SUV similar to the XT4 and 5. However, the XT6 sits on the same platform as most three-row SUVs from GM outside the full size, of course. The Chevy Traverse and the Buick Enclave all share a platform with the XT6. The XT6 is available in 3 different trim levels and 2 different engine options. The first trim level is the luxury, starting a tick over $45,000, coming equipped with a standard 2-liter turbo, making 235 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Not the best numbers if you want to upgrade to this 3.6-liter V6, which makes 310 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque. You have to upgrade to the mid trim, and here we have the top-of-the-line sport trim, which starts a tick over $58,000. What do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice this really nice black accents that you really would not get from any other XT6. You notice the daytime running light in the lower left corner. Same thing on the opposite side. I'm really liking the grille, the Cadillac badge in the center. As far as front end styling, I really think that Cadillac knocked it out of the park with the XT6. You can really see the new Escalade styling, as well as like vehicles like the CT5 and CT4 and the Blackwing with all these black accents. Really a sharp look. Up front, you notice quite a bit of airflow too for the radiator for this 3.6-liter V6. Full front parking sensors, no forward-facing camera, which I am going to give a thumbs down, because for a near $60,000 SUV, would be expected to get a forward-facing camera. The headlights, huge fan. I like the black housing and the aluminum for the centerpiece, LED for the high and low beam. This white metallic paint is absolutely gorgeous. If you want your XT6 to be painted this color, it will run you an additional $1,200, but it contrasts that black grille excellently. Of course, the truck is unloading cars during this review. What else is new? But anyway, continuing along for the wheel and tire setup. Here we got these beautiful 12-spoke 20-inch rims and a massive 6-piston Cadillac Brembo brake caliper. Really wouldn't be expecting something like this on a Cadillac XT6, but Cadillac thought it through. It fills up literally the entire wheel area. The rotor's also absolutely massive. 6-piece lug pattern similar to the Traverse we just reviewed in this channel. This SUV has 4-wheel drive and a symmetrical setup when it comes to wheel and tires. These 20-inch rims are wrapped in 235 55 R20 Michelin Primacy Tour all-season tires. Some of the better all-seasons in the business, and I still can't get over how massive those front brake calipers are. No plastic cladding either. Everything is this beautiful white metallic body color. Cadillac badge in the corner. Again, body color, mirror, LED turn signal on it, and I'm liking the black contrast too. The glass fills up the entire frame, blind spot monitoring on the glass, black window trim, no chrome anywhere on this SUV except for the buttons, but even the buttons on the door handles are smoked chrome, not reflective at all. And speaking of that, we get the smart access for all 4 passengers. Loving the tints, the black pillars too. Huge thumbs up. A little bit of chrome beneath with a XT6 little etched emblem in the corner, but the rear wheel and tire setup basically the exact same. The only difference is we don't get a Brembo brake caliper, but it's still nice to have your single piston brake caliper painted red. Of course, still a 6-piece lug pattern, no plastic cladding for the wheel well, and the gas tank, the gas cap is a push to open, easy fill, and this SUV can accept 87 octane fuel. LED taillights, and I'm really liking the design. XT6 badge in the corner. This SUV really does remind me of just like a baby Escalade. Definitely one of the best styled SUVs in the segment. Huge thumbs up for the styling. We'll take it out for a drive, see how it performs, but as far as styling, definitely can't complain. All-wheel drive badge in the lower left corner, 400 badge on the side. Shout out AutoNation Cadillac here in Port Richey, Florida for making this review possible. Rear parking sensors as well, dual rectangular exhaust tips. But let's take a squat back here. That plastic cover in the center houses your trailer hitch. I'll show you a link right here what this SUV is rated to tow. But let's give you guys a couple revs and hear how this 3.6-liter V6 sounds. Alright guys, that was of course the sound of the 3.6 liter V6 sold by GM or Cadillac for this XT6. As soon as we figure out this latch, we can pop it up, and a huge thumbs up for the struts. But here you have it, your 3.6 liter variable valve timing direct injection V6 made it to this 9-speed automatic transmission, making 310 horsepower, 271 pound-feet of torque. You can expect 0 to 60 to be between the high 6s and low 7s, maybe high 6s if you use it 2-wheel drive, low 7s in 4-wheel drive. But pretty decent power plant. Most of the segment uses turbocharged motors now, whereas GM is sticking to their roots and leaving the naturally aspirated V6. But we can shut this thing up maybe once we figure it out, but we can take a step back, get a good look one more time at those beautiful daytime running lights. I really like the front end styling on this 2022 Cadillac XT6. But as far as the interior, again, this is the top of the line XT6. Let's see what we get when it comes to luxury and features. Again, smart access for all 4, blind spot monitoring. If I didn't mention, this SUV gets the Sport Tune suspension. So we'll see how this SUV can handle once we take it out for a drive. But as far as this interior, that's where this SUV really shines up top. Stitched material, carbon fiber trim beneath, really nice aluminum and soft touch for the center portion. Really nice soft touch for the armrest, auto one touch for the front 2 passengers, no auto one touch for the rear, which is kind of odd. Actually, it is auto one touch for the way down. It is not auto one touch for the way back up. So I kind of would expect it to be auto one touch for all 4 for an SUV around 60,000 bucks. 2-person memory, that is nice. Little storage pocket here. Decent amount of storage beneath. It's not lined with felt, it's not soft touch, but again, not a big deal. You can adjust the height of the tailgate opening right over there. Bose premium audio system. It's an 8-speaker Cadillac nameplate stepping inside. The seats super comfortable. They have the updated Cadillac badge in the top back area. Perforated leather, heated and ventilated seats. Fully adjustable. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats, and lumbar control. As far as this interior in general, let's take a step inside and really check it out. So we'll turn this air down by a couple so you guys can hear a little better. But the first thing I notice is the steering wheel. Turn the cooled seats down. The steering wheel is pretty thick up top. I'm liking the 10-2 bolstering notches, and the 9-3 feels really nice in your hand. More of that carbon fiber trim for the Sport. Cadillac badge in the center, rubberized horn area. As far as the horn itself, pretty aggressive sounding horn, just like the trucks, similar to the Traverse. On the left side of the steering wheel, we get the cruise control settings, heated steering wheel, forward collision alert, voice commands, and call settings. On the right side, you can skip your songs, adjust the volume right down here, and control this infotainment screen there. So as far as the infotainment adjustments, you can control it here. So between trip 1, fuel range, oil life, tire pressure, and a blank page, you press the button one more time. You can take a look at the music information, navigation, turn by turn, and a compass when you're not using the navigation. We get the call information and overall settings. You can adjust units, info, display, speed warning, software, and all that. Above that, we have a digital speedo at all times, analog tach on the left side with a 7,000 RPM red line, pretty high revving for what it is, and a 160 mile an hour speedometer. These are both completely digitally illuminated. These numbers are all lit up, not actual analog tach and speedometer, but still looks really nice with a digital display. Those are your adjustments. My personal favorite to look at all times would probably just be I guess the fuel information, letting us know how much gas is left. Beneath, you can see if you're in 2 or 4-wheel drive, gear you're currently in, and the compass in the left corner. The gas level underneath the tach, coolant temperature underneath the speedometer. That's about it though. As far as these paddle shifters, I'm impressed. We get these aluminized plastic paddle shifters. They feel really high quality and premium. Auto headlamps and high beams, auto rain sensing wipers, both thumbs up. Interior lighting, electronic parking brake, and some additional storage. I can fit both my entire fingers, maybe a third one in there, so pretty spacious. Beneath, we get the hood latch release. Hopefully you guys can get a good look at your pedals. I kind of wish the death pedal had that aluminum theme to it too, but still looks pretty nice. The steering wheel is a tilt, power tilt, and telescope. The dashboard's all stitched, just like the upper part of the door panel. More of that carbon fiber trim surrounding your 8-inch touchscreen. Similar setup to what I have in the Camaro LT1. It's just this looks way fancier. Check this out. We still get the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but just look, it looks like a much more premium background with the blue accents. You can adjust the forward and rear climate through the screen. Wi-Fi hotspot. The overall settings include all of these: display, sounds, voice, updates, preferences. Apps include all of these: Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, rest of your apps, audio, climate, My Cadillac phone, and Sirius. Vehicle settings, you can adjust power door locks, lighting, collision, climate, and air quality, rear seat reminder, remote lock and unlock teen driver seating position. So very adjustable vehicle. We get the temperature outside next to your clock, and you can always return home by simply tapping that button. Beneath the carbon fiber trim, we have a bunch of this aluminum, and it's not like a chrome trim. Looks more aluminum than chrome because it's not reflective. Heated and ventilated seats, dual zone auto climate, and we get the buttons for the temperature and the vent control. So thumbs up to GM for that. This area is all soft touch, leather stitch trim, so your knee is banging against some nice high quality materials. Solid storage, also stitched and wrapped in leather. The entire interior here, guys, super high quality. We get this dial, which you can also control your infotainment if you don't want to get a bunch of fingerprints on your touchscreen. So really cool. Definitely don't see that with a lot of American vehicles. The gear selector, of course, controls your 9-speed automatic transmission. To throw it into reverse, you press this side button, push it forward twice, and we get a really high resolution backup camera. Unfortunately, we don't get a 360. This is the only camera angle that we get, but it's still a super high resolution one, to say the least. Manual shift modes, you throw it in the drive, slap it to the right, or slap it back one more time, and you're in this M mode, and you can control the gears based on or with your paddle shifters, which is nice. You can't control the gears through the gear selector, but not a big deal. The paddle shifters have a really nice high quality feel to them. Throw it back into park just by pressing the button. This little leather wrapped area opens up and exposes 2 cup holders with a pass-through and an aluminum tray underneath both. You can close it right back up by pushing, and it's damped. Traction control, drive mode select. The drive modes include all-wheel drive, sport, off-road, which also includes all-wheel drive, and tour mode. So tour puts us into 2-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and sport is all-wheel drive, and off-road mode, of course, is all-wheel drive. So we'll start off in tour, transition into sport, see what the differences are. But I'm thinking that in sport with a 4-wheel drive will be the most fun setting, but as far as fuel economy, obviously 2-wheel drive tour will definitely be a little bit better. We get a wireless charging pad, and it has its own cubby. So when you open up this super soft leather wrapped armrest, you notice that it doesn't really take up a whole lot of space. We get a nice cubby or a box that you can throw an iPhone in, probably stack 2 or 3 on top of each other. USB and USB-C port with an SD card, and I'd expect you to fit probably between 5, maybe even 6 12-ounce cans in here with really no problems. Pretty spacious when it comes to a center console. The glove box, we can pull this latch, check it out. It's lime with felt and massive. You're easily fitting 25, maybe 30 license plates. You're fitting a second pair of shoes in there with no problem. That is a massive glove box, and it's soft touch on the outside. Frameless mirror too. The garage home link settings are not on it. The garage home link settings are right here, and we do get the panoramic moonroof, so it is large, goes almost out to the 3rd row. You open the shade by pressing this button, and it opens up automatically. Beautiful day right now in Port Richey, Florida. It's sunny and about 77 degrees according to this XT6, so have no problem opening up the sunroof. Beautiful day. So that just tilts it open. You press it one more time and it opens up completely. We'll see how far it goes, see if it goes any farther. It does. Wow. So it goes, wow. This is the farthest opening panoramic moonroof I've seen so far. It goes literally to the even level of the second pane of the window. That is a huge thumbs up for GM. I can't imagine seeing the Escalade. You see the Escalade right there. Panoramic moonroof, because this is super impressive. Poking away out of here. Beautiful day right now in Port Richey, Florida. We can close this sunroof right back up. It's unfortunate. That is a nice panoramic moonroof. I would definitely option that in. That's impressive. We'll leave the shade open, so when we hop out back, you guys can get a good sense of how much light is brought into this cabin with the sunroof. Well, that's about it for the features. If we happen to miss anything, we'll take a look at the window sticker real quick. Again, we have the 2022 XT6 Sport all-wheel drive, crystal white tri-coat metallic, jet black interior, 3.6 liter V6 direct injection variable valve timing 9-speed auto transmission. Standard features, you can pause, take a look at all of them. Performance wise, we get the all-wheel drive mode selector, chassis real-time damping suspension with mode select, sport suspension, brakes, Brembo front with red rear calipers. Compact spare, it's an 18-inch wheel, 20-inch rims though. Luxury and convenience includes the Cadillac user experience, 8-inch diagonal color information display, wireless, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Wi-Fi hotspot, active remote start, Bose premium audio system, 8-speaker tri-zone auto climate control, driver memory package, inside mirror auto dimming, front parking lamps and cornering LED headlamps, tail lamps, hands-free tailgate. Truly a loaded SUV, 7-passenger seating. We don't get the rear captain's chairs. We'll check that out in 1 second once we hop out back. Heated steering wheel, telescoping, power tilt and telescoping, loaded with advanced safety features too. We get auto emergency braking, following distance indicator, forward collision alert, front pedestrian braking, HD rear vision camera and telebeam auto high beams, lane keep assist with lane departure warning, safety alert seating, theft deterrent alarm system, which is self-powered, and the sensors for the interior vehicle movement, which lets you know if you got kids in the back seat after you shut the car off. The base price after all these standard features sitting at tick over $58,000. $1,200 gets you this crystal white tri-coat metallic paint, and it looks beautiful. Comfort and air quality package includes the heated rear outboard position seats, air ionizer, and a ventilated driver and front passenger seats. We get a $50 credit for not getting the front and rear park assist, which includes a later retrofit. So on top of the $50 credit, you can come back in once the chip's available and get it reinstalled into your Cadillac XT6. So after about $2,000 in options and a $1,200 destination charge, you can expect total vehicle price to be sitting right at $61,415. Fuel economy not bad, 21 combined, 18 city, 25 highway, competitive with the segment, but that's about it. Pretty impressive SUV, guys. You get quite a bit for your money. I kind of wish you got a little more performance for the $60,000 mark, maybe like a 3-liter turbo, maybe even GM's 5.3-liter V8. I feel like that would be a better option too. But we'll see how it performs once we take it out for a drive. Let's check out the back seat real quick, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. Alright guys, stepping in the back seat of the 2022 Cadillac XT6 Sport. Still get that really soft stitching up top, carbon fiber beneath, aluminum surrounding this door handle, all super high quality looking trim. Soft touch, super soft for the armrest, auto on the way down for the one touch for the power windows, not auto on the way up. Not the biggest deal though, no felt for the storage area, but it's decent. You're easily going to fit a 16-ounce or a foot-long in there. Additional one of your 8 speakers, another Cadillac nameplate stepping inside. The rear seats are nice. Check this out, you got quite a bit of leather perforated for the area where your butt and back will be. Not the most bolstering, but not bad either as far as legroom. I'm a little over 6 feet tall and sitting behind my own seat settings with plenty of legroom, and the seats I'm sure are adjustable. We're in the farthest back setting right now, and I still have at least 4 or 5 inches of legroom. Mat pockets, which are softly padded, 3rd zone climate control, heated rear seats, and the air vents, you might be noticing, where are the air vents at? They're blowing directly in your face for the 2nd and 3rd rows. Nice luxury features, and USB-C and USB port. Press this right here, opens up this little compartment, throw some secret stuff in there, some toys, car accessories or whatnot. The center cubby area or the center armrest has a string, so you don't have to worry about jabbing your hand in there. 2 cup holders with these pushy things which keep your drinks nice and in place. I'm liking it, guys. As far as the light brought into the cabin thanks to this massive panoramic moonroof, it is really impressive. The moonroof almost goes out to the trunk or 3rd row. But speaking of 3rd row, let's take a step in there, see how much space is offered for somebody that's 6 feet tall. So you pull this top latch, push the seat forward, similar to the Chevy Traverse. And unlike the Traverse review in this channel, we actually get a latch, which will make it a lot easier getting in and out of this 3rd row. But take a step back, put the seats back to their original settings. And yeah, I definitely don't have that much space back here. I wouldn't want to be spending long trips, that's for sure. But it's doable. As far as headroom, I still have like maybe an inch before my head would start to touch. My legs are just about touching. USB-C port back here. Easily fit a 12-ounce bottle. Additional speaker too. Wasn't really expecting to see that. Air vent blowing directly in your face. But what you see is basically what you get. If you're under 5'9", 5'8", you shouldn't have that much trouble back here. But somebody that's 6 feet tall probably wouldn't want to spend a whole lot of time in that third row, but we can put this back to where it was. Check out the trunk real quick and then take this car out for a drive. So to open up the trunk, right underneath the Cadillac badge, you get the button and it opens up automatically. Nice, very spacious, guys. Similar to the Traverse we just reviewed in this channel, the step-in is kind of high. I'm 6 feet tall again. We got about 5 inches until the step-in. So if you have older or smaller pets, don't expect them to have the easiest time hopping back here. But what you see is basically what you get. Pretty decent space, even with the third rows up. And if this is not enough space, you open up this little cubby and you have quite a bit of secret storage. You can fit easily 3 backpacks down here, and this is removable. So check this out. Underneath that cubby, you get your 18-inch spare tire. But other than that, we can put this all right back once we figure it out. Close it up, drop the seats down. So drop the third row seats. It's pretty easy. All you got to do is press this down button and they fall. Same thing with the one right next to it. You can do the same thing for the second rows, which is nice. We're not going to do it for the purpose of this review, but as you see, really large cargo area. You fold those rear seats down, I'd expect you to fit between a 70 to 85 inch TV back here. Really a large cargo area, and the opening is massive. You press this button up top, watch the tailgate shut, and as soon as it does, we'll take this 2022 Cadillac XT6 Sport out for a drive. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all-new 2022 Cadillac XT6 Sport. Let's take it out for a drive. And the first thing I notice is, same thing I say with most GM cars and trucks, is the steering has a very solid heft to it, and it feels very on center. As far as the throttle response, it feels sharp with this 3.6 liter V6. In tour mode, it feels a little bit light for the initial pedal, at least from what I've noticed so far. But one more time on the gas. Yeah, a little bit light, but once that throttle kicks in, it feels pretty strong down low. Very quiet too. We'll do a window check. We get dual pane windows, which is nice. Definitely makes the vehicle feel more luxurious. Take a step out over here. Still in touring mode. Nice power. Feels pretty strong. That was only like a quarter throttle and it had pretty good pull. We'll try a rolling start right here. Ooh! Yeah, once it figures itself out, this thing can move pretty well. Nice. And just cruising along. Very quiet. You don't hear a lot through the road at all, and thanks to these dual pane windows, very quiet when it comes to wind noise. But we can try it out in sport mode real quick. Try an acceleration off the line, and as soon as we get the chance, right here, off the line. Ooh, feels strong. And that 9-speed shifts really quickly. It's like it bangs those shifts through. I can see 0 to 60 happening in the high 6-second range. It doesn't feel much quicker. I think that this transmission is tuned better than what we had in the Chevy Traverse that we just reviewed in this channel, the High Country. I think this transmission shifts quicker. Definitely a fan. As far as the paddle shifters, let's try them out. Responsive. Ooh. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay for the upshift, but the downshifts have a nice rev match to them. Not bad. But we got a multiple lane highway coming up. We could open her up a little bit more and really see. We're still in sport mode. This activates the 4-wheel drive and the steering feels noticeably heavier, but as soon as we get the chance, we could take a step out onto this road. Looks like we'll have the chance. Right here, and on the gas. Wow, and it shifts at like 7,000 RPM. This is a high revving V6, guys. And in sport mode, you get the auto rev match downshifts too. That's impressive. But I think we've seen all we need to see out of sport. It really livens this vehicle up. We don't need to try out off-road, but back into tour mode. Activates the 2-wheel drive, so I think you should probably come to a complete stop when you change between tour and sport. I know this vehicle has a shift on the fly transfer case, and the twin slip or twin plate clutch in the four-wheel drive system should also help when it comes to shifting on the fly. It's just to be safe, might as well just shift it when you're at a complete stop. Just cruising along in two-wheel drive, feels super smooth, very quiet road noise, extremely limited wind noise too. I'm impressed, guys. This is a nice SUV. I understand we're approaching the $60,000 mark, but compared to the competition, this thing competes with the MDX A-Spec. It'll compete with top trims for the Infiniti QX60, and this feels just as impressive, if not more, especially compared to the MDX. I really like the MDX as far as driving dynamics, and the interior is nice, but like the sportiness, this vehicle looks much sportier in my opinion. I like the Type S and the A-Spec MDX, but I think this has a much more elegant, sleek design to it. Kind of reminds me more of the Cadillac Escalade. Obviously, when it comes to actual driving performance, the MDX Type S is miles ahead of this, but compared to the A-Spec, it is very comparable. And compared to like the Infiniti cars, the Infiniti QX60, this looks significantly more sporty. Those 6-piston Brembo brake calipers up front really liven up the design of this vehicle. The 20-inch trims look great. The black accents for the front grille area, awesome. I love the way this SUV looks. I would definitely recommend anybody looking for a premium luxury 3-row SUV, check this one out. I know that there are vehicles like the Toyota Highlander, the top trims, the Kia Telluride top trims. You could save about $5,000–$6,000, but I'm telling you, this Cadillac feels like it's in a league above those standard mid-size 3-row SUVs. It really feels like it competes closer to the Acura MDX and the Infiniti QX60. All in all, guys, I'm impressed with this all-new 2022 XT6 Sport. It feels really nice. Like the sport tune suspension feels really planted while also not compromising the ride quality. You barely feel the bumps. This is a serious luxury SUV. Of course, the 55 series sidewall and the all seasons help, but I'm telling you, this vehicle feels very luxurious. It almost feels more luxurious than the Acura MDX. The handling is certainly no worse. And compared to the Infiniti QX60, we haven't had the chance to actually review or drive that car, so it wouldn't be fair for me to make the judgment, but I personally really like the way this vehicle looks over the Infiniti while also having a few more horsepower. So if you're in the market for a 3-row luxury SUV, you don't want to pay much over 60,000 bucks, I would definitely recommend checking this one out. And huge thanks to AutoNation Cadillac in Port Richey, Florida for making this review possible. These guys have an impressive dealership. I'll leave a link to it below. And if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa, Port Richey area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Nicole, and huge thanks to all of you for watching. Again, I had a great time making this video. Really impressive SUV. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all subscribers. You know, the channel is just not possible without you guys, and I really have a huge appreciation for each and every one of you and your constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars or trucks you'd like to see reviewed in this channel too. And I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.